Hello! I am the Witch of Jasmine and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a reading for Cancer Moons. Hi Cancer Moons, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I'm so excited for this reading. Well, if you're new to my readings, it's because I'm a Cancer Moon, so I love doing Cancer Moon readings. But just like with any of my readings where technically they pertain to me as well, I promise to be unbiased. This is a general reading for all of, oh my gosh, all of us. That one went flying, Jesus. But I do admit, I do extra love doing these ones. So anyway, I don't know about you guys, but I could really use a good reading. Life has been so crazy and my head has been literally in all different directions. So hopefully this reading will provide some clarity and some direction, maybe a little peace of mind. But anyway, as I'm like finishing up shuffling, I invite you to take some deep breaths to calm yourself and ground yourself, center yourself. Let's see what the cards have to tell us. What do we need to know right now? There we go. Oh, we've got all upright cards today. Interesting. All right, Cancer Moons, let's take a look at your cards. So for the Oracle card, we have Leadership with Gemini and the Earth. Oh, Gemini and Libra. We've got two there today with the Earth element. Also, I don't think you can hear it, but there is a ton of construction going on in where I live lately, and I was trying to film on a day where they weren't doing it, but they are doing it now that I decided to sit and film. So I don't think you can hear it, but FYI, sorry. Anyway, okay, your cards. We have Knight of Wands. Okay, very leadership-y, but anyway. The World. Two of Swords. Five of Chalices, aka Five of Cups. The Earth Mother, aka the Empress. And lastly, the Wheel of the Year, aka Wheel of Fortune. Okay, Cancer Moons. Wow. All right. We've got a lot going on here. So this is very step up to the plate type of energy. In fact, I'm wondering, I just took that phrase from this book. I'm wondering if I should just, I don't do this very often because I kind of feel bad doing it, but sometimes I feel like it's the right thing to do. This Oracle deck, Green Witch Oracle, has this book that explains all the cards. So I actually want to read this one out just to really set the scene for what we've got going on here. So it says, It is a time to take initiative and step up, even if this means throwing your hat into many rings. Do not turn down opportunities that have even an inkling of promise, as there is something circling at the moment that has a lot of potential. Good luck, growth, and health improvements and physical gains are all in offer, as are moments of passion. Be careful to ensure you delegate as needed and that you speak up for yourself. So, keep that all in mind as we talk about all of this. Definitely a lot of movement happening, a lot of growth for sure, a lot of really moving in one direction. But I think I kind of want to start with this 5 of Cups here. I think I want to just acknowledge this before we get into all of this other stuff. 5 of Cups is about loss and grief, which I know when I say that usually makes you think of death, but it could be about anything that you really truly, was important to you that you no longer have. I'm pretty sure we're talking about something that, not anything to happen in the future, but just something that you have been dealing with, something that's kind of in the back of your mind. Probably something that is sparking all of this, or it's just some part of how you feel while doing all of this, right? Because a lot of times, in fact, maybe 100% of the time, when we're moving on to bigger or better things in life, or even just different things, that usually almost always means that you are losing something else. You're losing parts of the life that you are getting away from. And that is a tough feeling. If anything, it might even just be the loss of familiarity, Even if that familiar thing was not the best for you and something that you are trying to move away from, there's this weird comfort in what we at least know about, right? Even if it's something scary or bad or toxic or whatever, at least you know it, going and doing something new, you don't know what you're getting into, right? Anyway, I don't know if that's necessarily describing how you feel with this card, but regardless, that definitely is showing up here. But I think it's showing up here because it's not something that you should completely discredit. That's not a feeling that you need to throw away. It is something that you should process and feel and all of that while also still doing this, right? Because I think you might be somebody who wants to be, fully in a good spot mentally and emotionally before moving on to the next thing. Sometimes you can do that and sometimes you can't. Sometimes, unfortunately, you just have to do things even if you don't totally feel 100% about it, right? That's when things start to get scary. That's when you kind of just have to build off of your strength and go for things, or just try and find some courage somewhere in you, even though you have this part of you that's feeling that way. So I don't want to spend too much time on this, but to wrap that up a bit, basically what I'm saying is you can keep that part of you with you and you can give attention to it and care to it, but make sure that we are still really tapping into all of this other energy as well, because there's a lot going on. So, let's move on to the World here. Yeah, definitely a very big ending to something. The World card is, well, in tarot, there's lots of cards that represent an ending to something, but the World card is the ending to all endings. This is something that you have been struggling with for a long time, or just dealing with for a long time, or just been doing for a long time, and we are right at the end of that, and We have it upright though. So I feel like, I mean, especially with this specific world card in this specific deck, it's very celebratory, you know? We've got this girl who's throwing her hat off into the wind and being like, ugh, I'm done, you know? Like, ugh, it's over, you know? And she's got her little picnic with her little drink on the beach, like, ugh, throwing all of that away and being like, okay, I'm done. I did it, you know? That's the feeling I'm getting with this world card. It feels like, not that it's easy, not that it's simple, but it still all feels like it's flowing. That's really the feeling I'm getting with this reading in general. It's all just flowing and moving and going, and it's happening, you know? With that, too, we have this Knight of Wands here, which very much is very this Oracle card. Knight of Wands is, you know, with all of the Knight cards, pretty much all of them, you know, that's also very moving, flowing, getting things done, like very excited energy as well. And with Wands, that's the fire element. That's all about creation and passion. So, there is a lot of very uplifting and very good energy surrounding this reading as well. And that Knight of Wands is definitely part of it. I do feel like that moving into these like final chapters, these final steps, I think there's some points where you might be having to be a little creative and kind of think on your feet to kind of keep things moving and going and flowing. But I don't know, it generally looks good. We do also have this Two of Swords over here, which Swords energy is also very much about like thinking, you know, critical thinking, figuring things out. But specifically with Two of Swords, it's about a decision, usually, decision making. But specifically a decision that is so difficult, like if you were to, you know, list out the pros and cons for each thing that you could do, you'd have the exact same number of pros, exact same number of cons. Like kind of, because usually with Two of Swords, the message it's giving you is you got to just pick one way and just go with it, right? Even in this card here, I think this specific depiction in this deck is really interesting because we have this woman who's throwing these two swords, but one of them is already thrown, right? Which is symbolic of some things just are the way they are. It's fate, you know? No matter what you do, this is just how it is. There's no changing it, right? Or, you know, something from the past. The facts. This is what it is, you know? So now here she is ready to throw this other sword, but she's also blindfolded, you know? So with this specific case and this specific situation with this card, it's about kind of going with your gut, tapping into your intuition, saying, you know what? I cannot say for sure what is the right thing to do, but this is what I feel like I should do. Because looking at it objectively kind of might not really help in this situation. So it's best to just kind of turn to your gut and say, all right, well, I feel like this is what I should do. I'm just going to do it, you know? So Two of Swords is kind of giving you permission to do that. And that's not in the sense of like being ignorant or nothing like that. Just trusting that you're going to throw it exactly the way it's supposed to be thrown. Doesn't mean it's going to go exactly how you wanted it to, or how you want it to, but the cards are telling you that that is the best way to go about this situation. And with this Wheel card here, well, this and the Empress card, honestly, kind of just echoing the general good vibes around this. When we have this Wheel of the Year, aka Wheel of Fortune, upright, it tells me that things are generally at a high point. a good point, I mean. Even if you're not feeling that, right? There's a lot of uncertainty with these that naturally come with these kinds of cards. But even if you might be feeling uncertain, I do still think that there is some good energy surrounding you, maybe some good luck, or maybe just people who you love, who love you, who are helping you and all of that. And with this Earth Mother here, aka the Empress, she's all about fertility and growing and abundance and security and stability and all of that stuff. So seeing her present here, I think that's it feels like a comfort in this kind of reading, kind of like a, keep going, keep moving. You don't necessarily need to let your guard down, but also things are moving as they should. You do have reason to trust that things will work out. The other thing with this Two of Swords, actually, is at the end of the day, Two of Swords is largely about trusting yourself, right? Like with here, we have this blindfold on this person. And even with the Knight himself in this situation, Knights are, in tarot, they're learning. They're still figuring these out. They're not masters of what they're doing like kings and queens, right? They're still figuring it out. They're intermediate. They're going with their gut. They're doing what feels right to them. That does inherently come with making mistakes, but Knights know more than anybody else in tarot that making mistakes is how you grow. Making mistakes is natural. It's how it all happens, right? So really a lot of times the hard part is just trusting yourself and trusting that you can, whatever happens, you can think on your feet and think creatively and be able to figure it out, whatever happens, because you're going with what feels right, what your intuition is telling you. And I think even with the uncertainty, even with whatever fear you have, whatever grief you have, whatever feelings are coming up, those are all so natural. They are such a natural part of the process. And the best thing you can do is tap into your inner strength and go with the flow. Trust that you can adapt to any situation that comes as we're finishing all of this up. And most likely what is on the other side is going to be so much better. At least I hope it is for you. I guess there's nothing in here telling me that it is, but I'm just going to assume. Because when you do that kind of work on yourself, that evolvement and finding that strength, it will lead you to better things. And really, you'll be leading yourself to better things because you will have grown and evolved and become so much stronger. So trust that this is taking you to something better, something hopefully more peaceful and more full of joy. And you're really close. We're at the world. It's the 21st card. We've gone from 1 to 0 from 21, right? You are like right there, right at the end. So, yeah. Okay, Cancer Moons. I'm going to leave it there. If you have any questions about this or if you'd like any part of this clarified, please let me know. You can leave a comment or you can just reach out to me, whichever you prefer. But Cancer Moons, I am wishing you so much luck and so much strength to get through all of this. Again, I really want to emphasize there's a lot of very good energy, and I know that's a little vague. I'm trying to figure out how to word that a little better, but I don't know. It's just good vibes, good energy. That is helping move you through. But don't forget to listen to your intuition, Go with what you feel is right. You have the capability, like I said, to think on your feet, to figure things out, and I don't know. I can't make any promises, but I think things are looking good. I think it's going to be a very good ending for you. So, yeah, lots of good luck to you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye!